Good evening and welcome to the Douglas Conservation Commission meeting for Monday, August 10th, 2020. It is a remote Zoom meeting and is recorded on our YouTube and various other locations. First item is a roll call vote of the board members present. So we want to start. Mike?
Mike Greco, here.
Art?
Art Montmany here.
Eric?
Eric Harris here.
Katie Grace?
AG Dudley, aye.
Okay. So the other members may be here. I'm not sure, but we'll get rolling. Mark, right? We're only missing Mark at this point. Yeah. Okay. So first item on the agenda is a continuation of amended NOI for 4953 Woodland Road, Deer Crossing Development. So I see a couple of people are here. Steve, you want to have the applicant go first, or do you want to go first?
Yeah, I think he sent an email. He's revising his construction sequence plan. I think they had some time to think about. They lost a homeowner. I think I sent that to everyone in my synopsis this weekend.
Yes.
So Jack,
Yep.
Jack or Dave, you kind of want to go over what your plan is right now going forward? Do you still plan on amending the plan, or are you going back to the original?
Yeah, so we've decided to go back to the original plan with the 2 house lots. Like Steve had stated, we had a homeowner who wanted to build 1 house and they backed out, so we don't really want to wait any longer. So the only real change on the sequence is, whereas before we were going up to lot 58, we were going to start there. Now we're going to go up to lot 57 and start on lot 57 because there's a good amount of rock up there. So our plan is to bring the rock down and use that for the driveway and the temporary crossing. So that is our goal. We're still going to do the temporary pipes. We're still doing the replication area with the wetland plants. But instead of starting on lot 58, we're going to clear up through lot 57 and bring down that material.
So can you see the construction sequence plan on the?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you had two files. This is the second one. So you want me to bring the plan up, Tracy?
Yes, please.
All right, so this was their proposed.
Deer Crossing.
This is the one where it has the stream was barely had the trickle in it. We went out.
Yes.
Summer.
Right.
And so this was your, I have the amended plan, I believe, up here. Let's see if I can.
This is the one that had the shared driveway for a while and then it split off.
It did. Let's see if I can bring up the, you guys want to, what do you want to see, Jack? The original?
Yeah, the original will be helpful just so you can see the 2 house lots. Then I can kind of share with you our plan for putting in the culvert.
Where's the wetland on there? Middle, bottom part?
Right about here.
Yep.
And then the 50, then the 100.
I have to go on the Google Drive. Let me just go on the Google Drive 1 second.
So as far as the amended NOI in front of us, do we have any changes? What is being amended?
We're just amending the revised construction sequence. We're just amending the construction sequence from the originally approved plan by the commission.
Okay. Because it's getting a little tricky to follow. So originally the clearing, why was that? What was the purpose of doing the clearing first? Could you just walk the new commissioners through that? Because I also need my brain jogged on the purpose of that specific construction sequence.
So actually, well, Dave, can you speak to the original plan with the construction sequence for the original filing?
Can you see it on the screen?
Yes.
Yep. Steve, just down just a little bit, if you could,
And Dave, if you could
the other
say
way.
name and address, please, for the record.
Dave Marquardt from JD Marquardt from Hopkinton. So the amended sequence, Jack is going back to the 2-lot subdivision.
Mhm.
If to the bottom of that plan, the driveway comes in a couple hundred feet, and then we have a driveway that veers off to the right. That would take us up to 57. And then
Mhm.
we had a driveway that veers off to the left. That would take us up to 58.
Mhm.
Originally, the sequence was that we were going to try to get up on the top to 58 first. Jack and Dare Crossing would like to change that. Instead of going up to 58 by the way of the left side, we're going to leave that area intact. And we're going to go up and we're going to build the right-hand driveway only and get up on the top, use some of that material, bring it back down, construct that driveway crossing from Woodland Road, and then start to go in. There's some rock up there, which we're going to break up and use as part of our driveway. So
Mhm.
we're going to not use 58, and we're going to focus on the right side being lot 57.
Mhm. And part of your request for the amendment was the lot showing combined, correct?
That is right.
So we're not going to act on that. So we need to act on this amended NOI by saying we're going back to the plan date of the 2 separate lots with that small minor revision of the construction sequence.
Correct.
That's what you're requesting for your approval.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Board members, do we have a handle? I'm sorry?
No, I'm sorry for interrupting. Did we resemble the issue where there were actually 3 DEP numbers?
There's going to be one new one and then the old ones.
There's still three
Okay.
DEP numbers. There's going to
Okay.
be one 57, one for 58, and then the combo for the shared driveway.
And then this one.
Well, no, this one's amended, so they were just looking to amend, so they're not combining anything. They're
Oh,
going,
this is the same number?
yeah, when you amend it, they're going back to they were gonna get rid of one of the
Right, yeah.
by combining. So they're keeping all 3 DEP numbers. They're just changing, instead of building the house on the left, they're gonna build the house on the right first, and that's basically it. And I think
Correct.
the intentions is that they build the house on the right and someone says they want both lots, then they might come back and just say, we're never gonna do the left lot.
Correct.
I'm just
Right.
calculating. So right now, they're just kind of scrapping the amendment, everything except for, and they're keeping the original plans. They're just gonna want to build the house on the right first instead of the house on the left.
Yep.
Is that correct, Dave?
That's correct. Yep.
Everything else is status quo. And then right now, it's a good time of year because it's extremely dry. There's probably nothing flowing in that little, what do you want to call it, intermittent stream.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Besides Katie Grace, Mike, do you have any questions?
No, I'm okay.
So you understand we're just simply revising that construction sequence? Just
Yep.
on the other lot, okay. Art,
No, I'm not surprised it's dry. It was very little left when we walked it a couple of months ago. So, no, I'm good with
and
it.
Steve, you're gonna verify that, right? That
Yeah.
it's dry?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought, that was in there. And Eric,
Nope, I don't have any questions.
okay. Katie Grace, follow-up question?
No, I'm all set. Thank you.
Okay. Having a little trouble getting out of my window here.
I have a question.
Is that Mark?
It's
Oh.
Mark.
Could you did you just come on right now?
I've been on for 5 or 10 minutes.
Okay, all right. Let the record show that Mark has joined our meeting, and sure, go for it. Now that I can see your head, because I messed up my screen, but yeah, what is your question?
Well, in terms of the sequence, he said he was gonna bring the material down from the lot to create the crossing. So how is he gonna temporarily cross the wetland to access the top lot?
Yeah, we're doing a temporary crossing with two 12-inch ADP pipes and riprap. So that's the first section of it. So if there is any water to come in, the water will still be able to cross. And that was on the original sequence, and it remains on the revised.
All right, thank you.
All right, Steve, do you have anything else to add?
No,
Okay. Applicant? No, but nothing. Dave, Jack, no? Okay.
Oh, I'm okay.
All right, this is a public hearing. Anyone in the audience have any questions or concerns in regards to this application? For Deer Crossing? No? And Steve, no one's in the waiting room?
I don't see anyone in the waiting room, no.
Oh, did we not do a waiting? I don't think we did a waiting room this time, but that's okay. All right. Okay. Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I move to close the public hearing.
Motion's been made.
Second,
Second by Mike. Roll call vote to close the public hearing.
Art
Mike?
Monmouth, aye. Oh, okay.
Art, yep. Mike,
Katie Dudley, aye.
Katie.
Wait, what order are we in your screen?
It's Mike first because he was on the very first. So I'm reading like left to right.
Okay.
That's okay. It doesn't matter.
But
Just
like,
shout
what
it out.
order would you like us to be in?
It doesn't matter. I don't know. Mike's next.
Mike Greco, aye.
And Eric.
Eric
Aye.
Harris.
And Mark.
Mark Mungum, aye.
Okay. All right. I think that got everybody.
All right, well, let's keep that order then, okay?
If you can
Otherwise,
memorize.
we're gonna talk over each other.
Okay. Yeah. You guys figure it out. Yeah. Go for it. All right. And do I hear a motion to issue the order, the amended order for this?
I'll make a motion to issue the amended order of conditions for Deer Crossing.
With using the old plan.
Right, using the original plan with 2 lots, only amending the sequence such that they will start with the other house lot first and use the temporary crossing as proposed in the original plan.
Very nice. Okay, motion's been made.
Second.
Second by Art. Okay, roll call vote.
Mike Greco, aye.
Art Monmouth, aye.
KG Dudley, aye.
Eric Harris, aye.
Mark Mungum, aye.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you very much. You're all set.
Great.
Thank
very
you.
much.
Have a good
Thanks.
night.
Good luck.
Goodbye.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is 7 p.m. Notice of intent, public hearing continued 264 U Street, lot number 1.
So the next two items, Margaret asked for a continuation.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion. For
I'll make a
264.
motion to continue these to this. Oh, do we have another one in August? Shoot.
Yes, yep, the 24th.
Continue this to August 24th at 7 p.m.
Second.
Motion's been made. Seconded. Roll call vote, please. This is for lot number 1.
Yep,
Roll call vote, please.
Oh, Mike Greco, aye.
Art Monmouth, aye.
KG Dudley, aye.
Eric Harris, aye.
Mark Mungum, aye.
Thank you very much. Okay, and next item on our agenda is the notice of intent, public hearing continued 264 U Street, lot number 2.
I'd make a motion to continue this to the August 24th meeting at 7 p.m.
Motion's been made,
Second,
seconded, roll call vote, please.
Mike Greco, aye.
Art Monmany, aye.
KG Dudley, aye.
Eric Harris, aye.
Mark Mangum, aye.
Thank you very much. Okay, next item on the agenda, 7 p.m. RDA, public meeting continued, 34 Conservation Drive, William Hackett. Is there someone present presenting this RDA?
I see he's here.
Okay,
Oh, no, RDA, let's see. Oh, yeah, RDA, yep.
34 Conservation, is someone presenting this application? Is it one of the iPhones?
No, I see his name on it. He might have stepped away. If you want to
You
go back.
do? I don't see any.
Is it Brian Hassett?
Yeah, Brian Hassett, yeah.
Hackett.
Hi, Brian.
Oh, no,
No,
wrong.
sorry, I'm up for the next one. I'll be on the list. I'm Brian Hassett, Hassett.
Okay,
It's
sorry.
the guy we're
Other
looking
guy's
for.
William anyway.
William Hackett.
You don't want to speak to this one?
No, unfortunately, I'm not getting paid for that, so no.
Oh, okay, good, yeah. All right. Sorry about that.
I don't know if you want to
right.
wait, maybe he'll come on, wait till the end a little bit further.
Okay, sure. No problem. Okay, next item on the agenda is 7 p.m. public hearing. This is a new one, so I will get to the article. If I can find it. Okay.
What is U Street? It's very popular now. Where on U Street is this?
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice piece of property there, Dan.
Pete Tatros Field.
Yeah.
Steve, do you know if we have the,
I did not see it in the.
okay, all right, I'll grab it. One moment, please, board.
Certainly.
Okay. Legal notice was posted on Monday, 8/3. The Town of Douglas Conservation Commission will hold a public hearing for ORBISON CORP on August 10th, 2020 at 7 p.m. in the Municipal Center, 29 Depot Street. Work to be done pursuant to the Town of Douglas Wetland Bylaw and the Wetland Protection Act, Mass General Law 131, Section 40. The proposed work location will be done Lot 1 U Street, map 217, parcel 3.1, and involves the construction of a single-family home and the associated grading and utilities. Brian Hassett, Allen Engineering and Associates. Okay, so we are open. Steve, could you prep us with the plan on the screen for screen sharing?
Yep. So yeah, this one came in. I haven't had a chance to do an official review because all the other order conditions and special orders we're doing, but we did go out when we did the site walk on a Saturday for the 2 lots that just got continued, which are to the, everyone can see this on the screen?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
2 lots of Margaret's have are to the left here.
Okay,
And as we're there reviewing this, I had the commission go out and because this is right next to it, look at this little wetland that's in the field here.
mm-hmm.
And so Margaret actually went out and looked at it also because she inadvertently didn't notice that as a wetland when it stops at the stone wall. And so I think she was gonna go up and revise her plan and kind of pick up these flags also. And I believe they still need a DEP number. And they haven't issued that yet. I think there's always been some issue. And I think Brian, we got an email from the DEP with the electronic filing, and it's always tricky on getting them the information. I think he might have sent that last week or so. So they'll have to still give a DEP number. I can have Brian go through the plan. I could show you the video of the site real quick so people can kind of get themselves acclimated if you want.
Yeah, sure. Just one thing to note. So we don't have any, we have a buffer, right? And we've got the 50, the little tiny bees. So we'll just need the plan marked up, right? Are
Right.
you doing that at all?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So can you see the video here?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So here's U Street.
Wow.
Everything left is an open field. Everything, this is U Street right here. So right along this border wall, Margaret's property is on the left that she was coming in. The wetlands is over there to the left. This is where the house is going,
Mm-hmm.
right to the left here. And so Brian can talk a little bit more about it, but there's a little grass wetland right along. You can see where it's not mowed.
Okay.
The flag's right here. There's nothing on the other side of the stone wall except if you go down for here farther.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so that's about the what the site looks like. And then let me bring the plan back up if you want.
See, there is some flat land in Douglas.
Yeah, cleared, flat
And then
grass.
Brian can talk about the project, the site if he wants.
Sure. Sorry if I'm repeating what's already been
Name
covered.
and address, please.
But yeah, so my name is Brian Hassett. I'm civil engineer for Allen Engineering and Associates, representing ORBISON CORP tonight. So as you'd mentioned, we're proposing the construction of a single-family home and the associated grading and utilities within the 100-foot buffer. If we take a look at the plan, we can see about half the house, including the garage, is inside the 100-foot buffer to wetlands. The house at its closest point is 56.8 feet from the wetlands. The septic at its closest point is 63.3 feet from the wetlands. And we have a proposed well too, but that is located outside the 100-foot buffer. Yeah, there's really not too much to the plan. We're proposing erosion control between, the area of work and the bordering vegetated wetlands. Specifically the erosion control that we're proposing to is silt fence with straw, not hay, bale. And that's really about all there is to it. You guys were able to see the photos. It's mostly cleared land already, and there's the wetlands are kind of tucked away in the corner there. Yeah, that's about it. I'd like to turn it over to the board for any questions or comments.
Do those highlights come up, Tracy?
Yes, it looks beautiful. You did a great job.
Right.
So could you speak to, now that we know that there's a buffer there, so I'm not sure how we would prevent someone from mowing that area. I don't know what the nature is of that wetland, but you've got a 25-foot side setback and you've got 46 feet on the one side. Is that, and I see that you don't have a driveway opening yet. Is there any opportunity to shift? I just don't know how you'd be able to prevent someone from mowing that area because it looks pretty, I don't know, from here it looks dry, but Steve, is it wet?
If you got a mower in there, you'd do some serious damage. And I don't know that every homeowner intuitively knows not to mow that type of meadow. It's going to be a complete mess.
So Brian, could you tell us a little bit about the siting of the house? Did you guys, was it after the fact that you find that wetland area or?
Yeah, we'd been wanting to place the house right in the middle of the lot, kind of where it is from the get-go. It's really kind of just the best spot for the house to sit. As far as not mowing it, I'm not entirely positive either of any kind of method that you guys would want. I'm not sure. Maybe we could put up maybe some signs or something like that, indicating, delineating where the buffer is, or delineating exactly where the wetlands are.
I mean,
Yeah.
even if you mirror imaged the plan, you'd be like 75.
Yeah.
You have about 20, you have 21 feet. I just don't know.
That would
who's
involve a bit more fill as well. Can you guys hear me still?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, it would involve a little bit more fill if we were to shift it over that way, because the grade drops in the back towards the lot, but it continues about the same along U Street. So it would require a little bit more fill for us to flip it over that way. Not to mention that the well has already been drilled. So that would be something that would need to be kind of navigated around. Not to say that it couldn't be done, but to have it so close to the driveway, or to have to work around that is after the fact, would definitely be something we'd like to try to avoid if possible.
Right. So when were the wetlands picked up? So who delineated the wetlands? I guess we'll start there because I didn't see any flags.
Yeah, there have been flags set up. So this was delineated by Sage Environmental. I'm just trying to find the exact date. So the field investigation was conducted in July 2019.
And when was the well drilled?
That was pretty recently, after the Board of Health had already approved the plans we had submitted to them.
Steve, do we have the delineation data forms on file?
I do not. I haven't had a chance to, like I said, I know DEP was some issues with giving the comments, and with all the other projects that were on. This was supposed to be on the next meeting. We pushed this one.
Okay.
So,
All right. No, fair enough. So we'll need those forms. We'll need it. I mean, you've got to figure out how that's not going to be mowed, if that's an actual,
yeah, typically,
is it being fed from anything? I mean, is it just isolated under our local, like?
I think it's connected. I
Is it-
was wondering the same thing. I think it travels down the stone wall, and it connects to the wetland that's farther down on the property.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I did include the Sage wetland delineation report in with the notice of intent. So it
Okay.
should be in that all together with you all.
So they're saying it's hydrologically connected with the location along the wall?
I can't answer that right now. I'd have to
Okay,
read
that's
into
fine.
it.
That's fine.
Yeah,
It's just gonna be tough for someone to not mow that area if it's looking the way that it looks from the
Right.
video.
A suggestion would be, I know sometimes the commission likes to do plantings, but it might be a situation where, I don't know if the owner is amenable, but it's probably a nice sit for a split rail fence or something along the erosion control.
I wouldn't feel comfortable with anything less than a split rail fence. We generally don't recommend the signs because it's way too easy to just tear them out.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's for the next meeting.
Yeah, I mean, besides that, I don't have any issues with given the site walk, the lay of the land. It's an active hayfield. I think
Nice.
that wetlands even took, they did a good job locating it. During a certain time of year, you probably wouldn't even know it was there, giving
Yeah.
and whatnot. So
Mm-hmm.
it just said there's some technical things. I was away the week before. DEP still has to issue their file number, and I don't think might be some procedural things with the reporting. I did a good cursory look at it, and then while the commission was out there, I was proactive and had them do this site walk too, so they don't have to wait a meeting or two.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Okay. All right. Board members, do we have any questions or comments on the plan so far that we can see?
I mean, I would just back up the same comments you made, you know, got to put something in there, prevent mowing, such as a split rail fence. And then I understand there would be potentially a fill issue that I'd like to see how much more fill that requires, and a well distancing issue. Again, I mean, we didn't get to comment on the well location, so I can't help you with that, but definitely like to see it further from the wetlands, and since the lot allows, that would be preferred.
Yeah, I think the well's outside the jurisdiction of the commission.
Understood. I mean, but it puts the house in our jurisdiction, right? I mean, it's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was flagged last year before the well was installed. And I'm not suggesting really to move the septic, but just to shift the house and the driveway. But if there's some kind of remediation to prevent people from getting too close, looks pretty dry to me, but from what the pictures. Eric, do you have any questions?
So how far is the wetland from the house now? The proposed house?
The closest that it gets is, let's see.
Just about probably 55 feet maybe. So you'll have to add that number on there too.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is with the site itself, I'm not sure. Let's see if I can open up the video again. You see that video?
Yep.
Yep.
Well, as you pan around, I know it's an active hayfield, so they probably either mowed and brush mowed this area. And so I'm probably standing kind of where the erosion control line would be. I'm not sure what the intention is, Brian, with the are they going to be still haying this? Or what are they going to be doing with the rest of the field? Are they just going to let this grow back and then just have the hay where they used to mow it turn back to its natural state? Because if you put that split rail fence in there, then this whole back area, all this area here, where it is maintained currently, are they still going to be doing that? I mean, so those are some long-term, or are you just going to let it sit and then have nature just bring it back to a woodland area?
Woodland.
We don't have any
buys the house.
Right.
Yeah, right. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, we don't have any specific plans. I don't think we would have any control either once the house is out of our client's hands and is sold. So we haven't really made any plans either way.
Okay, so Eric, he's going to get you that number for the distance.
Okay, great. Thank you.
No problem. Art?
No, nothing much. I think there should be some type of more permanent barrier though, that we can, not something that somebody could take down either by accident or on purpose, something more permanent to show where the wetlands begin.
Okay. Mike, have anything?
Okay.
Okay, Mark?
Yeah, I have a comment. I feel kind of along the lines of what Steve was saying. I mean, it's historically been a hayfield. I kind of hate to see a hayfield lost. We have no power to be able to, require anything once the landowner advise the house as to what happens, and they can do whatever they want in the back as long as they're away from the wetland in doing so. But I like that there's some wet meadow in town and that it's not treed. So, I mean, I'm not against them being able to mow it once a year to be able to maintain that wet meadow characteristic.
Right, I guess my point is not, you know, if you put the split rail along the erosion control, you're blocking off the entire meadow instead of just trying to just block off that little wetland. So maybe Brian or his engineers could think about a way of, it's just my opinion of like what Mark was saying, that you know, it's all maintained now as one big field. You just don't want them mowing the wetland.
Well, I think Mark was saying, yes, mow the wetland.
Yeah. That's,
Yes, I don't mind if the wetland gets mowed once a year like it always has, so that
But
it's
then it turns to lawn and gets fertilizer and,
that's the point, is that you can't allow that to happen. I understand.
yeah. I mean, maybe there's some sort of creative way to accomplish that. Not sure yet, but. All right.
Yeah.
Board, any other questions before I open it up to the public? No.
I have one question, maybe for a little clarification.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like the commission is heavily leaning towards requiring something like a split rail fence. And I'm just, in terms of exactly where for it to go, I don't know if the commission has a specific spot that they would like it to be, whether it be directly along the delineated wetlands where they stand now, or maybe along a buffer, or I guess if there was a specific distance where you guys would like to see it. I just don't know what your thoughts are on that.
My suggestion would be the 25.
And I would go a little for, I would go like 30 or the 35, but yeah, somewhere in that range.
Okay.
I would say 25, but how far back do you go? If that wetland continues all the way to the back of the lot, do you continue it all the way to the back?
Yeah, that wetland does continue all the way to the back. I'm looking at the report from Sage. It continues all the way back, and if you can see, well, on the plan, if you can see they have a lot detail, but it goes all the way back and kind of follows the lot line, and it corners and goes actually to the opposite side of the lot as well on the back.
So it doesn't disappear into the wall.
It
looks like
does
it
at one point,
curls.
but it kind of,
Yeah.
it does at one point, but then it kind of curls back. That's back very, very far towards the back of the lot. But yeah.
I mean, there are some exempt activities that we don't control as long as it's not a structure, and a couple other things, clearing, grading, all that stuff. So if they're mowing and they're maintaining it for a continuous period of time, I don't really think that we should. I think it's just the jurisdictional items taken to a certain point that looks good for protecting our interests. Does that answer your question? I mean, we're jurisdictionally, we're looking at the septic and we're looking at the house. I don't think that we need to move any further back into the yard, because they could walk back there and they could do certain activities that we have no control over.
Is that coming up on the screen, the Google Earth?
Yeah, it doesn't show anything though.
Okay, it just shows the field, the extent of the field.
Yeah, yep.
And the wetlands are right along here.
Yeah.
So you'd put a split rail here.
Well, I would parallel the wetlands 25 feet off and go to the back tree line if that's where the wetlands go.
Between the, the rear portion of the septic and kind of, and there, it would be my vision.
Yeah, as far back, so if you drew a line horizontally in line with benchmark number 2, on the drawing
Drawing.
and trace that to the drawing. Sorry, it's U Street Lot 1, Orbison Core. We had
Yeah.
it open.
He's grabbing it.
Oh, there's a benchmark spike where the erosion control is. If you drew a line to the wetlands at a right angle to the wetlands it's okay. Obviously, you can't see me pointing to things because you're not here. It's there. And if you drew a line out towards the wetlands, and then where that intersects with the wetland 25-foot boundary, or where the fence is, like that's theoretically where the fence could end. Right there.
Where it could end?
That's where the fence could end. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very nice.
You're getting so good at that, Steve. On the fly.
Now move it about 5 feet away from the wetland.
Away from the wetland?
Yeah, move it 5 feet away from the wetland. There we go. I like that better. Thank you.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then leave this all,
Look,
just have it end right there.
yeah. Yep. Yep.
I'd be fine with that.
Look at me. I could be a civil engineer.
I think you're having too much fun being the other kind.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so applicant Brian, you kind of have a flavor of what we're looking for.
Yes.
Okay.
A split fence.
Well, it's up to you, but has to be
Right.
something more permanent.
Right. Something to keep people out and from mowing and disturbing and potentially fertilizing. Well, everything you don't want to do to wetlands.
Right. Right. Okay, and this is a public hearing. Anyone in the audience have any questions or concerns? Dan?
Can I speak?
Yes. Name and address, please.
Dan Heaney, President of Orbison Corp. Are there other options besides a fence?
Yeah.
That's why I suggested the applicant, you guys can get creative. Just our objective is to not have them mow because it looks very grassy, meadow, like wet meadow grassy.
Okay,
So we're open to, and it's your pleasure on as far as the choice, but anything that can accomplish what we're trying to accomplish, yes.
okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else in the audience have any questions? Okay, seeing none. Is that none? There's one person. 170. Nope. Okay. All right, board, I'll entertain a motion to continue.
I'll make a motion to continue Lot 1 on U Street to August 24th at 7 PM.
Motion been made.
I'll second that.
Okay, roll call vote.
Are we going in order here again?
Yeah, it's you.
Mike Greco, aye.
Art Montmany, aye.
KG Dudley, aye.
Eric Harris, aye.
Mark Mungem, aye.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Steve, do you want to see if William Hatchett is here? I don't know who this phone number is. 1508 with the 170 at the end.
I don't know. I did send him an update. I did email him again this today. and over the weekend, the agenda. I did have conversation. I guess he's hired Margaret Bacon
Okay,
to do a plan and to do the survey of the lot so he can have a professional plan done. Margaret said that over, and I called him. So he says he contacted Margaret. Margaret on the site walk said that she's waiting just to finalize some stuff with him and go out there, and she's, they're all extremely busy to do the survey work. And she emailed me that again today. So he has ignored the commission. I don't know where he is right now. But
okay. No, that's great news. That's great news. I would probably give her even more than the 2 weeks, but we can wait till the end.
But it's good news. Yep.
Yeah. No, I'm happy with that because there was radio silence for a little while there. So it was getting a little tricky.
Right.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna move to the next hearing item and I'm gonna recuse myself. So for both of them, so Katie, Grace, yes, thank you. Could you do both
Yes.
the hearings for me? Okay.
I've been looking
right.
forward to it.
All right, good. Good luck. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, I'll be back.
Welcome. This is 93 Davis Street.
Hi,
We're back.
Hi, Karen Keegan for Guaranteed Builders.
Hello, Kara.
At our last meeting, we discussed having a third party come out or another party come out to check the delineation and give a report. I guess Art Allen was out there from Ecotech. He checked the delineation of the wetlands. He was
Karen, hang on one second. Katie, did you officially open the public hearing?
I would like to do that, yes.
oh
Hold on.
sorry.
Okay. No, thank you, Karen. Warranted. I appreciate your efforts towards efficiency. Yes, we're gonna. Good evening.
Anyway,
It is continued. The public hearing for 93 Davis Street. I don't know, what else did I need to say? Is this what I usually say? Can we pull this up?
Opening it, yep.
Excellent. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Karen. Go ahead.
Thanks. So Art Allen went out and checked the delineation. He was in agreement with the delineation. He commented on a cold water fishery that exists on the northwest side of the site. I believe it's much further back. It's not in that little pond that sits next to it on the right-hand side of the property. He noted that we are near a critical area, but we are not in a critical area. And he wants to have the inlet that's on the southeast corner of the lot to have that protected with from siltation during construction. We are more than happy to do that with a compost sock. He also talks about that he saw those 8-inch straw wattles out on the site that if anybody had taken a walk, they were left on site. We are going to remove them from the site. And of course, a 12-inch sock is going to go, compost sock is going to be in their place for the erosion control. He also had a comment about the velocity dissipation to prevent the erosion to the slope. I don't know, is Paul on tonight?
Yes.
Paul Hutnick?
Yep.
Did you want to say anything about that at all?
Well, I mean, to me, it seems like Art's comments are all certainly valid and warranted in terms of his initial review of the site, but essentially his wetland flag review was helpful to us and, you know, showed that our line was good, and all his other comments essentially we've already talked about and addressed with this commission and with LEI as well, the reviewing engineer. So I think while I understand where Art's coming from, it seems like we've kind of already talked about all these things.
Okay, thank you. So I looked through these as well, Art's comments. there is the noted presence of an area. How do you plan? What is your plan? Sorry, can I get more detail on what the plan is for the discharge design?
That is the riprap that we discussed
Okay.
for quite some time, and LEI looked at and they approved as well, agreed with.
Okay.
Out of the wall, at the bottom
Yeah.
of the wall in the back.
No, I remember that. It's just the critical area language threw me for a minute. Okay.
Is that considered a level spreader, what's designed, or is it not?
It's a hybrid. It meets the criteria of the minimum width of a level spreader, but again, the design criteria that's typically talked about is a 10-year storm, and we're not even discharging in that storm. So we've put something there to meet that minimum width, but again, we're not, the design storm they're talking about, we're not discharging in. And that area is flat already, and I think this was something we talked about as well. Yes, it's steep now, but essentially we'll be meeting into that grade, and there will be a level spreader with a 6-inch dip in it, basically, before it goes over that level edge.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, board, if you had a chance to look at Art's comments, I thought they were well done. I thought that they were solid. And then, we see the responses. Board, did you have any other comments or ideas about this?
Have we received any other information from the person that had been at several of the other public hearings and had a lot of questions?
I have not.
You have not, okay.
Nor have I. I mean, I'm sure that if Maria or anyone got something at town hall that they would have shared that with us.
Yeah, he had said that he was going to share some information with us, so I just wanted to check to see if he had or not.
Well, I'm just gonna check real quick on my emails. Yeah, I don't have anything on the subject. Yeah, good check mark. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, anything else from the board? Otherwise, this is a public hearing. I will open it to the public for comments. Hearing none, I will entertain a motion.
So,
to
so I just
Oh.
want to clarify, yeah, I did the same thing you did, so, and I think Jeremy brought these up, maybe, the only email I have is from July 15th, and it says, Mr. Bill Cundiff, the town engineer, in prior meetings has been documented, the property is 2.0 acres, has the plan been looked at, buildable area minus the wetlands, a well and septic cannot happen on a half-acre lot, 93 Davis Street requires both an interceptor in the building footprint. If I can't build on a half-acre, why can 93 Davis? Has the wetlands been flagged and documented? Has the water table been established? Has turbidity on the outlet been considered being discharged into a cold water fishery? There are endangered turtles and salamanders all around the pond. Also, in conservation meeting, I'm being blocked from the meeting and cannot speak. So that's that was the one email I received in the last, I believe, with information that he was asking about.
I mean, that's a good summary of all the questions that I recall hearing.
Right. But I think we've answered most of them. We're near a critical area, but we are not within a critical area as far as any turtles or species are concerned. We've pretty much answered his questions as much as we could.
I understand. Real quick, how large is the lot again? I'm just trying to pull up the plan. I know, I've had so many reviews and so many comments and responses, I can't even find just a basic plan.
Let's see.
There it is. Okay.
I know we've addressed it a million times. It's over an acre.
Good evening, board. It's Teresa from 93
There it is.
Davis.
It's
Yeah.
over an
It's
acre.
2.09. It's over
Okay.
2 acres of property.
Thank you, Teresa.
Yeah.
And just one more note, everything that Steve had read that Jeremy put forth was already all answered in the last meeting. And the only thing that was left was to do the delineation.
Right.
What you did.
Yeah, we listed it's on the EC plan. It's in square feet, 90,866, but
Ooh,
no,
thank you.
that's somewhere in there, 2.07, 2.09, something like that. It's over 2.
Nope, that's great. Just wanted to make sure we had that piece of data. Okay. All right, board.
Make a motion, we close the public hearing.
I'll second.
All right, let's do a roll call vote.
Mike Greco, aye.
Art Monk, many aye.
Let's go to
Mark
Mark.
Manjamai.
Eric is muted.
Eric Harris, aye.
Great. All right, so there it is. Public hearing's closed. I don't know if you guys got it, but there's a draft order of conditions in the Google Drive.
Katie,
Yeah.
you want to see if anybody from the public wants to, before you officially close, before anyone from the public?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I did that. I'm sorry.
We did do it.
Anyone-
Yeah,
You didn't do it.
Oh, okay, sorry, I must have missed it.
We did.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
So I gave everyone a copy. I don't know if anyone saw the copy of the draft order of conditions I had typed up. So you can look them over. I gave Karen, I don't know if Karen had a copy. I tried to do a synopsis of all the relative information that goes along with the draft order.
Yep.
There might seem some technical things we'll talk about at Oak Street. Sometimes you leave them in there. Might be some stuff in there on wetland replication and stuff that's not applicable. I can remove those, or you can just leave them in, and if they don't apply, they don't apply to the order. The only relevant information is that a final plan, if we were going to use this plan date, Karen, I know I said.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, the July
7/21.
Yes,
What's that?
7/21, July 21st.
Yeah.
We've seen the draft order conditions, and I mean, from our end, we were okay with it, assuming what Steve just said about, if there's a couple things that aren't relevant, then that's, so be it.
Yeah, I looked through it. There's a couple of things that I don't think are relevant to you either, but I think you can just read them and
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, Katie Grace, I'll make a motion that we issue
Order of conditions.
yeah, a notice, order of conditions, excuse me, as we got, I was looking at drafts that said 8/8.
right. The file is from 8/8, but it was referring
Right.
to a plan date that was from
Right.
July.
So
Right,
I
the
think
plan has not changed.
if we combine that with the recommendations of Ecotech, I think we should be good.
Yeah, my apologies. All right, that was when I did the draft. So I
Okay.
put that as my version date.
Okay, Well, I just want to make sure everybody was looking at the right document.
Okay, right.
Okay, the motion's been made.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you. We'll take a roll call vote.
Mike Greco, aye.
Art Montmany, aye.
Mark Mungem, aye.
Eric Harris, aye.
All right, there we go.
And
Thank you very much.
Karen and Teresa and Paul, I appreciate your patience.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
We appreciate your time.
I can't thank you all enough. I feel like we're all friends now. We've been here for so long. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, have a
Thank you.
good night.
Have
Thank you.
a good night.
Good night. Okay, excellent. Great, I lost the agenda.
Palm Lake Road.
Yeah,
Okay,
the solar farm.
excellent. Okay. Yeah, we can open up this one as well. Does Tracy come back from this for this one?
After this one.
Okay.
After this one.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
After this one.
Okay, thank you. That's what I thought. All right, yeah.
This is one that they can ask for a continuance last time.
Yeah, and see,
Yep.
I haven't heard from them, so.
Yes, Evan. So first of all, let me open the public hearing. And secondly, yes, Evan, please name and address.
Yes, ma'am. Evan Turner for the 0 Wallum Lake Road address. So earlier today, I spoke with Bill kind of by email. If you will recall that we were waiting on Bill to confirm the stormwater installations would still be sufficient based off a comment from the DEP in their review of the NOI application. He said earlier today he was going to shoot a note to Steve confirming that he was good to go with our stormwater work, which is as designed for the original array. And then we're just, for belt and suspenders purposes, we will put some erosion control along the limit of work on the south side, on the wetland side of our selective clearing. And that satisfied the DEP comments as well as the stormwater handbook requirements. And that was, to my understanding, the last item we were waiting on to proceed forward here. My understanding was that the board was relatively comfortable, fully comfortable with the selective cutting we had discussed previously.
Yeah, I'm trying to check right now, Evan. I don't see anything.
No worries. So if you don't have that email, obviously you need to get that from Bill. So it looks like we're on for another continuance until you guys get that email. And I believe that's the last item to check before prospectively voting. But not a huge deal to run another 2 weeks. Probably just jumped out of Bill's to-do list in his busy day.
All right.
All right then.
Guys,
So
do
I
we?
guess I will see you in 2 weeks.
I'll make a motion that we continue the 0 Wallum Lake Road public hearing to August 24th at 7 p.m.
Second.
Motion made by Art, seconded by Mark. We'll take a roll call vote.
Mike Greco, aye.
Art Montmany, aye.
Mark Mungem, aye.
Eric Harris, aye.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, Eric, I jumped in front of you.
That's okay.
We're not too strict on this stuff, so.
I only like there to be a sequence so we're not talking on top of each other.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so the next, wait, is that all the agenda items?
Yeah,
And now we just have discussion items?
we got quite a few.
Yeah, well,
That's fine, they're discussion items.
yeah, that's better.
Tracy can come back.
Tracy can come back to discuss.
And I know there's some people from the violation are here. Mr. Brooks is here, so maybe we can take them out of order. I think he's number.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that. I mean,
You
so
wanna
long as
wait?
I'm acting chair.
Number 5.
Do we wait for her?
Tracy?
Tracy should come back. Otherwise, I might go wild with power.
Probably went out to dinner. She didn't think it'd be done this quick.
Probably not.
I might have taken a shower. Oh, can we look at that violation item? Sorry, which discussion number is it?
5.
$88 Locust.
88 Locust. So I
Yeah.
have the plan on the, I was driving to look at a building permit and I came across, as I was coming down Locust to turn down onto Southwest Main, I noticed the clearing of the trees and stuff. So there's a little wetland pocket right here. I don't know if you can see my cursor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mr. Brooks is here also. So I got up there and it was the tree clearing company I'm familiar with. He's with Center Town. And I guess there's some power lines that cut through the wetlands. And Arbor Alliance was doing it here. Are these still coming up when I scroll through?
Yes, they are.
And you can see, I didn't go on his, I went on his property to talk to the owner. I thought he was the owner, and then I took the pictures off the property, but you can see he cleared 3 or 4 trees, and he's here to, here's the wetland right here. And then he's clearing on the other side of it. Right about here, you can kind of see there's some trees being cleared. When I showed up, they were just pretty much done. So that's what I have. So Mr. Brooks is here. I think he can maybe speak a little bit more to it if he wants.
Hi, my name is Timothy Brooks. I'm the resident at 88 Locust Street, East Douglas. We had some gypsy moss that killed several trees along the power lines and close to the residents of the house. These trees were dead for 3 years and they were becoming unsafe. So I contracted Arbor Alliance to remove the trees from the area that's closer to residents and over the power lines. We did not discuss the wetlands. It did not come up in any of our conversations. I was unaware that there was a 100-foot buffer zone. I apologize for not knowing this. I don't know what to say except, I was just trying to be a responsible homeowner.
How many trees were there, Mr. Brooks?
There was 4 or 5 trees near the wetland area and several more near the home residence. These were large oak trees, probably 50, 60 feet in height.
They're all pretty good size.
Yeah, yes, sir. They were. We were only interested in the dead trees.
All the clearing done that you intended to do?
In that area, it is done. There are some more dead trees that are near the wetland area, but they are on the parcel of land that's adjacent to mine. I do have one more large 60-foot oak tree that's halfway up the driveway that would probably be in the wetland zone. I would like permission to take that tree also down. That tree is hollow on the inside, so I deem it to be unsafe as well.
All right. Okay. I'm back.
Okay.
There
Thank
you
you,
are.
Tracy.
Do we take care of the shade trees?
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
well,
good.
we continued them. I mean,
Oh,
that's
okay.
how we took care of them.
Okay, so we're at,
We're
Violation.
talking
That's the guy
about
we're talking to.
discussion number 5, the violation on Locust Street. The gentleman has apologized for taking down the trees in the wetland area. We're talking about he'd like to take down one more that may be jurisdictional.
okay.
That runs along his driveway.
In addition to that, I have several dead trees in the backyard, and there is a large pine tree, probably 80 feet tall, that is split halfway. I would also like to remove the large pine trees in the backyard. I know that Green Brook is in the backyard. I don't know the buffer zone. I would like the Conservation Commission to take a look at that and see if there's any issues with that area as well.
Okay, so did you discuss fine?
We did not discuss a fine yet.
Okay, and he's filing an RDA for the additional tree removal?
We did not discuss that yet either,
Oh, okay, all right,
but I would like to, yes.
okay, all right.
Or if you would like to, I would like
You
to
can be in
also.
charge. No, you can be in charge for this one if you'd like. Go for it.
No, I don't have to. No, I don't need to at all. Though this sounds great. Let's do that.
Okay, Steve, could you just give me a summary of what I missed?
Yeah, so I was
Your
just.
pictures?
Let's see if it comes up. Yeah, I was driving through to another site and I came across, let me see if I can bring up the first one. Hang on. So this is Locust Street. I was coming down Locust onto Southwest Main. There's a wetland in the front here. And there's some power lines that come to this house and they're clearing 4 or 5, I guess, large oak trees that were dead because of the gypsy moths.
Okay.
By the time I got there, the gentlemen, they were finishing up. So Barbara, I didn't, I just told them that, you're supposed to file, even though, for work with, under power lines, you're not exempt from working on the power lines. I gave them the violation notice and told them to come tonight. And so I didn't go on the property to take the photos. I took them from the street.
Okay.
But here are the trees that were taken down. I don't think he was in the wetlands. I think it was just mostly in the buffer zone.
Okay. And do we have an approximate distance, Tim? From the, is that a river?
No, I think it's just like a little ponding area.
Oh, okay.
It's a vernal pool.
Oh. Is it certified or just your potential pool?
I have no recollection of whether or not it's certified or not.
Okay.
I don't know. When I bought the property 27 years ago, that's what they informed me, that it was a vernal pool.
Okay. Okay. All right. And where is the jurisdictional wetland area? How far away from where you were cutting the trees?
The Arbor Alliance would have a better understanding on how far away he was from the wetland area. Approximate, I would say within 20 feet, 25 feet. Maybe there's even one that was closer than that, probably 10 feet.
I think Arbor Alliance is on the call too.
I am. If you like, I could introduce myself. I'm Joe Biagioni from Arbor Alliance. We were about 40 feet from the wetlands with these the large trees. The night before, and I apologize too. I should have contacted somebody, but we deemed it a necessity. A large portion had come down out of one of them the night before in one of those heavy windstorms we had, and it just missed his wires. So we were at a critical point with this and taking these down. his line is quite long and it wouldn't sustain any damage. So we had done some work earlier at his up to the left of his house, and all large gypsy moth kills. So we actually had taken 6 trees out from the front corner on that day to approximately 40 feet from the dark or the muddy spot on the property. You know, I had always thought that was a drainage place for Locust Street. Didn't know it was a vernal pool, or I didn't recognize it as being wetlands. No, and that was my mistake. But also after this last week's weather, Tim is grateful that we got it down before the storm came.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been doing tree work for the last 6 days straight, just cleaning up messes, and people with power outages. So I've been doing all of that a lot this season. I've been taking down a lot of trees that are vulnerable and could cause damage to homes and things like that. Tim did mention we have another tree in the driveway, which is the worst of it. It's probably 60 feet off the wetlands, right next to the driveway, and it's in pretty severe condition. That really needs to come down. It's got a rotten spot in the back and it's stone dead. His other trees are out in the back of the property that he wants down, and they're live trees, but they're a future hazard. They have poor crotch structure, and his house is the target underneath them. So, and thankfully he didn't lose them during the hurricane, but they're of size caliber that they could do severe damage. And I've recommended that we do get rid of those and continue to clear the property of anything that could be a problem, unfortunately. So Steve did explain on that day that it was the 24th of July that we were too close to the water. We didn't drop anything in there, but we did disturb the soil. We have since put a weed, lack of
wattles.
Yes, I put wattles across it.
Okay.
To control any erosion.
Yeah.
And Tim always had a plan to put something back in there because he likes the privacy.
Yeah.
And we would probably ask for your suggestions of what you would like to replant that, but it's got to stay out of his power lines. That's his whole being on. It's a long line with one pole. He's probably very susceptible to losing a line in any type of wind damage. But so we'd also be looking for that kind of recommendation when you come out to look at the trees in the back that we want to remove.
Okay, will you be assisting him with those tree locations?
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
he can not, maybe a sketch and maybe, you know, mark in the field with a tag or something with a flagging or
yeah,
spray
absolutely.
paint. Okay. So are we saying jurisdictionally it was that potential vernal pool that is the BVW, that is AB? Okay. So I mean, that would be locally, because there's no associated buffer with a vernal pool for Wetlands Protection Act, right? So if it's
under the wetlands protection, if it is, or if there's a wetlands across the street, so I'm not sure if it's hydrically.
okay, all right, yeah. So if I don't know anything, just generally speaking, it would be locally jurisdictional as the isolated land.
So the violation is potential violation, how I write it up, and I didn't give him a cease and desist in the field. I just told him that, you know, we were within the jurisdiction. So
okay, all right, yeah. So I would like to hold on the violation fine until we actually have a plan.
Okay.
And we can see jurisdictionally if it's within you know, what exactly. This is a little bit different than that bordering vegetated wetland with the associated intermittent stream on Conservation Drive.
Right, because you never know if they're gonna keep going right through the Vernal
Right, yes,
way when you get up there or not. So-
right. So board, I guess we need to decide what type of plan we would want him to provide for us. Because if I think an RDA is okay, and they did do the erosion control already. And are you comfortable with a sketch where the limit of work is and maybe some measurements to the tree cutting locations and the amount of trees?
I'm comfortable with an RDA with a sketch. Yeah, because I don't think there's a plan here to like put in a lawn or anything. Like there's no plan here to do something else. It's just the tree removal. So I think we're good with an RDA. I would definitely like a sketch with the measurements.
Yeah, and stumps to remain.
And obviously the buffers, you know, the wetlands and the buffers shown, because right now we're not even 100% sure. We don't know what the valuation is.
Right. So if we're assuming that potential vernal pool is jurisdictional, then we would just want the measurements. And, you know, I would say that we could bypass wetland scientists from flagging that area and making a determination. If we have the assumption that it is jurisdictional, then we can just see what has been done.
Yeah.
The closest distance to that, the tree that was cut down. So, does that sound good?
Well, who is making the judgment as to where the wetland line is?
The arborist. And then we can actually go for a site walk to take a peek.
I think we should do a site walk.
There's no soil disturbance proposed. And they have erosion controls there. If it's a vernal pool, I'm not entirely sure that it is locally jurisdictional.
Wouldn't it still? It would still be a wetland, though.
Mm.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
Really?
I don't know what it is, so I can't say. But there's no automatic associated buffer with a vernal pool. It has to do with the species of why it's being designated as a vernal pool.
I understand that science, but I understand that science, but I don't understand why it wouldn't also be a wetlands. Just because like a particular vernal species doesn't mean the ones that don't normally live in vernal pools can't like also live there.
I don't know what it looks like.
Yep,
it needs to be done with vegetation and soils or vegetation alone. So I don't know what it looks like that out there.
All right.
I would just make the comment that it can be a sketch, a field sketch, but it should be on a plot plan of the parcel and not just on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper like the last one we got.
So if you have a septic as-built plan from the Board of Health, that'd be handy, Tim.
Yep, understood.
Okay.
Yeah, certainly something with measurements and lines.
Understood.
And scales.
We like those.
Okay. Mike, any questions on this one?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. Art?
Yeah, do we want to talk about some replanting and what we want to see?
If you want to.
Well,
I don't know what type of soils are out there. High bush blueberries you could do. Those won't go on the lines.
My wife suggested some winterberry.
Yep.
Everybody loves winterberry.
Yep, you can do that. Yeah.
So winterberry's a good choice.
Mm-hmm. Art, did you have anything in mind that you were thinking of?
I think that something like that's fine. It won't get too big.
Yeah, shrubby.
Yep.
Do you have well, I would have to look at it.
Yeah, we don't know where anything is.
Yep,
yeah, we don't.
understood.
I mean, I would go by the suggested planting schedule from the nursery if you were gonna,
Okay.
and then just look that up and then see how much area you have.
Excellent.
In terms of the plan, he also suggested that he was gonna, or would like to remove some trees behind the house. So if there are wetlands or a stream back there, we would want to know where that is and if this, if the tree removal is within the buffer zone for that as well.
Yeah, the Green Brook is back there, I believe, but I believe it's far enough back. But we'll definitely make sure. The trees in the backyard, the plan was to cut them, but let them rot, not to remove them. Would that be acceptable?
Yeah, no stump removal.
No stump removal, and the tree itself will just fall and
Yeah,
stay.
sure.
That's
Yeah.
fine too.
That's very preferred, yeah. Very nice.
Okay.
So you can put a little narrative on the plan too, kind of what you're going to be doing, so we can have it for the record.
Very good.
So Tim, the RDA stands for Request for Determination. It's a minor plan. It's a short form. I'm emailing you that right now. So my suggestion is if you fill that out as quick as possible, the critical path, if you want to get on the next meeting, is to have the advertising in by the end of this week. So.
Okay. Where does the advertising have to go?
The Worcester Telegram and Gazette, and it's got to be in 5 days before the public meeting opens.
Okay,
So
understood.
I just sent you that right now. So give me a call if you have any questions on filling it out.
Thank you, Steve.
And then I'll give you a copy of, reply to me also. We have a template for emailing it to the TNG. Just put your name in and a couple of things. Everything else is spelled out, which makes it simple.
Yeah, and I just want to bring up that we need to be using the remote meeting article wording,
Right.
not the one that is online right now that it seems like everybody's been using.
Right.
So I'll email that over to you, Steve.
Good point.
You're gonna have to call me tomorrow too, by the way. But I'll email that over so that the applicants can be using the right notice.
Okay.
For now. I mean, we're in it for the long haul, so might as well get on the straight on that.
Right.
Okay. Eric, did you have any questions or concerns?
So was there, how much, we don't know like how much soil was disturbed or anything like that?
No, but I can measure it for you.
Okay, thank you.
And Katie Grace?
No, I think I'm looking forward to an RDA. Oh, did we want to do a site walk? We wanted to look at this?
I would say at your leisure, right? You can see it off the road, right, Tim?
Yes, you can, but you have permission to walk the property if you show wish to.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, Mark, any follow-up?
No, nothing.
Okay, Art, you're all set?
Yes.
Okay, Mike?
Just a comment or a question. It's a little confusing here. This is listed as a violation. Yet we're talking about issuing RDAs and whatever. I mean, I'm confused. Is there a violation here or not? Because we kind of talked around that.
Yeah, it's a potential violation. Steve saw some cutting. He sees a wet area, so we're going to require them. He wants to do some additional tree cutting, so that'll kind of be like an after the fact for the rest of the items. And he's going to give us the disturbance and make up some of the disturbance with some plantings. So in addition to a potential violation and a potential fine that we can discuss next meeting or when they're on the RDA, for the RDA, we'll be able to see clear where everything was, the distances and stuff.
Okay.
So it's a potential violation, and we're recommending that he files an RDA so that he can continue the tree clearing for the hazards on the lot.
All right, I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Yeah, it probably should have been put that way on the agenda as a potential violation.
Okay, noted. We will try to remember that for next time, but yes. Okay, I think we're good with this one. So file, if you have any questions, the more information on the plan, the better. Subi.
Thank you.
Mr.
Thank you.
Arborist. It has
Thanks.
2 on it.
Yeah, I know. Boy names too.
Right. So yeah, so if you can get it in for the 24th, that would be good.
We will.
You have after advertise 5 days before business days.
Okay.
So you have to get it in the paper by this coming Monday, right? So Friday for the advertisement.
Tim and I will work on it tomorrow.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for attending and explaining to us.
Thank you.
Good night.
Okay, have a good night.
Good night.
Madam Chair, can I make a comment?
Name and address, please.
Jeremy Flansburgh, 63 Monroe Street.
Sure.
I was trying to speak at the 93, but for some reason I was muted. I don't know why. I just have a few questions that honestly I was so angry that I couldn't talk that I actually went down to the town hall and there is nobody down there. I don't know if Steve Zisk is working remotely, but I have some comments that I would like the board to reconsider, maybe potentially reopening 93 Monroe Davis Street so I could have my little 2 cents worth.
So I recused myself from that hearing, but from my understanding, the hearing is closed. Katie Grace can speak to what happened during that hearing.
Yeah, we went through all of your concerns from the last several meetings and made sure that we addressed them all.
Yeah, I did hear that, and unfortunately, Madam Vice Chair, I could not talk, but I did receive the stormwater delineation peer review plan or memo this afternoon, late this afternoon, and quite frankly, it does mention, and I know I did hear that you mentioned or talked about everything that was in italics on the memo. However, it does not mention anything about the turtles. It doesn't mention anything about the salamanders. It doesn't mention anything about evidence of the cold water fishery, and it doesn't mention like I went down there this afternoon, ironically, and there are no flags. I don't know how this gentleman who wrote this drafted this plan could have even have known what the delineation is if there are no flags. Nobody has gone out and flagged this.
It has been flagged.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to cut you off because we're closed, the hearing is closed, and we have to move on with our other agenda items. I don't know what happened with
I don't know
on that,
this online stuff. No, this ain't fair. I don't have my opportunity to tell you what I've got pictures of turtles. I got pictures of fish. I got pictures. I was down there today and 3 blue herons flew out of the pond. I have a real big concern about.
Sorry, Jeremy. I would caution you on speaking on a different hearing that is closed now. And we have a very full agenda. So
I asked politely,
say.
could we please reopen the meeting? And I'll wait if that would be what you want, Madam Vice Chair.
Steve, as far as procedural goes, the applicant's not here. The board would have to be in favor, unvote, and then vote to reopen. I
Not looking to
haven't
do
seen
that.
that ever happen.
No.
And you also read off that there were no additional correspondences from Jeremy to the state.
I talked with Bill
That-
Cundiff today to try to drop off the pictures that I have. And
Jeremy?
and,
Jeremy, I'm gonna have to respectfully ask you to not interrupt me. So, Steve?
I'm not, yeah, I think, yeah, I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but the public hearing, it's hard to open the public hearing when the applicant is left.
So we need to move on to other agenda items. I don't see.
well, this is a rare time with this pandemic, with this virus, that we're doing this. I would have been there, believe me. And I was there, but I just couldn't speak. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but I just think in all fairness, maybe you might want to hear what I have to say. If you don't, then I guess you don't. Then I'm going to appeal it to the Attorney General's office, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, I think that's what he needs to do.
Yes. All right. Next item on the agenda, which one do you want to take, Steve?
We can take, if you want to take, who's here for, I think the,
Bob's here.
Bob, yeah, so
Whiten?
Whiten's Reservoir is here for the, and 45 Oak Street is here.
Hey, excuse me? It's Bill from 34 Conservation Drive. Did I miss the meeting?
Oh, Bill, no, not yet, Bill. We've been waiting for you.
I'm still on?
Bill's gonna go to last. Bill will wait for you, okay?
Yeah, Bill.
What
Okay.
time?
Okay. What time? Just stay on the line.
When we get to you.
You missed your turn, so we held on to you. We put you in at the end, so to give you a chance to call in. So thank you for calling.
All right. No problem. I'll wait.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
So which one are we doing now?
Whiten's Estates.
Yeah, number 3.
Number 3?
So is there someone, is the owner here or the lawyer of?
Robert, yeah, I see. You're muted. You need to click on your. Do you have a speaker?
You have a mic? You're not coming over, Bob. Bob, can you raise your hand if you can hear me? Raise your hand if you can hear me.
Oh, he's over there.
Bill.
Did you call in also?
Is it Robert Pace?
Yeah, he's right at the bottom.
You can totally hear you.
We can't hear you. Your mic's not working.
Bottom left.
I can't read lips.
Hold on a second. Now can you speak?
No, everybody's
I
on.
merged his. You can talk on your phone.
No, he's on a Zoom meeting. He's Zoom.
Yeah, I think the problem's on.
He also had his phone. He also had his phone on.
All right, so.
Hi, can you hear me? I'm
Yeah.
a partner of Bob Pace, and I can probably speak on his behalf of this.
Yeah, sure. What's your
Who's
name?
it?
Name
Okay.
and address?
My name is Matt Silverstein. I'm part of the Whitten Reservoir project, and basically this is part of the land donation, and we're trying to get the land donation accepted. We had some correspondence today, and we're hoping to have the board vote conditionally to accept the land donation based on an acceptable deed
Well, I
and a
think
clear title.
maybe why don't you go back to the very beginning? The commission's not familiar with anything about the project, about why you're donating the land and what it's for.
Okay, I can
I'll
try to do this.
I'll try to bring up the copy of the plan.
So we have a low-income house in the project. It's a subdivision of 12 houses, one of them of which is low income. As part of the project, we're required to also have a land donation to the Conservation Commission. So, we'd love for you to accept it. You'd love to accept it as long as it's done the right way. And we had some, and you're just wanting the deed to be written the right way, and you didn't want to accept it until you had run a clear title. And I think this came from the town council.
Which parcel is it that you're looking to donate?
Right, so let me see if I can bring this up. So this is it's a subdivision, planning board subdivision. So the parcel, is it parcel A or B? Do you know which parcel? So here's this, I don't have my colored. This just came in today, the plan. It's just back parcel. Can you see this back land here? Where it says right here?
Open space area?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, so I'm on the phone right now, so.
That says 13.5 acres and the wording was 5 acres.
I saw 5 acres, right?
Right. And this is parcel, see, part of open space over here to be donated to the
Oh,
town.
that's 5 acres,
That
right?
says 5 acres.
Right there, yeah.
There's another open space over here too. So when they have the, this is what they call, it's not a traditional subdivision. It's a reduced lot subdivision. So in theory, they were able to reduce the amount of pervious pavement with the road length, and they shrunk, instead of having 2-acre lots, in theory, they shrunk the lots. And then in order to do that, one of the criteria is that they have to create this open space. And an owner can keep the open space in perpetuity in its own deed. But if he grants it to open space, it doesn't have to be the Conservation Commission, it can be any kind of open space, but it's easiest to do it through the commission. And they get an extra affordable lot or extra lot out of the subdivision. And I think that's what the permit is about. So I gave them some documents today. I'll pass those on. I might have passed that on to the commission also. It was a legal document from Kaplan and Page some time back. And about the process of the town accepting open space. You have to have a title, a plan, environmental hazard assessment, some other items. And then our lawyers would draft up the deed. And I also gave you the most important part is I might have CC'd everybody on email, is how you write up the deed. There's some language that MACC handbook says that you want to make sure that in the deed, it says under chapter 40, section 8C, which is a provision that allows people to donate it to a town without going to town meeting. And in that, it's under the control of the Conservation Commission. Because there was one of the parcels on Manchog, Mumford Road, which didn't have that language, and the selectmen can come in and ultimately have, can tell people how to utilize the land. So if you want to be under the control of the Conservation Commission, then you should have that specific language in the deed. And the theory is that why they don't go to town meeting is because open space is it's staying in its natural state. So, that some people, if you donate a piece of land to the town, you should go to town meeting and have the town people vote on if they want to accept it or not, because you could ultimately put a school, a firehouse, and the neighbors should have a say in. But under this provision, chapter 40, section 8C, because it's staying in its natural state, really all they have to do is get a buy-in from the commission, have the commission sign the deed, and the selectmen sign the deed. And so I think the first step is for them to come in and see if the commission wants to entertain of having this open space. Now it's a little ambiguous of exactly, they should have a plan drawn up and marked out what the open space entails. It looks like it's either 5 acres or 13 acres. It's a little unclear right now.
It looks clear.
5 acres.
It's 5 acres. It's parcel B at the bottom right hand there, Steve.
Right. So I'm curious with them, what are you doing with the other open space?
Right, exactly. Why is it just that 5 acres?
And And then there's a hatch line here that says another 13 acres over here.
as common owner. And then another one in the back there.
Right.
And so this is gonna be for public access. So where is the public parking? Right off of Douglas Hill Way.
I'm aware of that. We're off, right, the whole subdivision is off of Douglas Hill Way.
No, I mean a separate parking area, or will the public be parking at the end of the cul-de-sac to access the public use parcel?
Well, I guess that's possible. There's at the end of that cul-de-sac, there's a drainage section on one lot, not on a lot, and then there's two lots on basically on either side of the cul-de-sac.
Steve, as far as us accepting, so we typically do the sign and we have the parking area and we have some boundary markers and is
Sometimes.
this similar?
Well, that depends on how the commission, or they just want to just keep it as the parcel like it is. You know,
Well, but what are the terms of it, I guess?
I mean, this is a planning board issue, so that's why they should come in. Maybe is Bob is the owner here, or someone who's more?
He is. I'm getting him the number. He's having an issue.
All I know is I got an email stating that they want to donate some land to the commission associated with this project, and I'm not sure if you want the town engineer to come in and explain what they're doing, or it's associated with the permit with the planning board. What's their intent? I mean, this project, I don't know what the date of it. It's been probably 15 years since it first came through the planning board.
Well, the only thing is, it's supposed to be open to the public.
I'm not too sure what that means, right? If that's what
Right? I mean, that's what the wording is. That's the only reason why it cued me.
Yeah, but does that mean that they have to create a parking area for it?
No, that they wouldn't create it. No, we would create it as a town, and we usually put up a little sign and signage. I was just asking, generally speaking, when we accept donated land, we usually have some sort of boundary markers.
Sometimes, we don't always, just on certain parcels. The French property we don't, and there's a couple other ones associated with the Shady Knoll. There's a few that, one Tinkerville Brook. It's up to the commission ultimately.
Okay, I mean, it was just a question.
No, and I think it's desirable. I think your point's valid. I
don't know
I
if
don't
that,
want to hold up.
The terms of the gift, that's all.
I don't want to hold up the gift.
No, I don't think so either. It's just a question that I was looking for an answer to.
I'm not sure. I mean, I don't think it's part of this for them to do. If ultimately,
No, I wasn't suggesting that.
Okay. We certainly could do that if you wanted to. So my question would be to make sure that what they're gifting is applicable to what their permit is, so we don't have to go through this again. If they're, because it looks like they get some open space over here, 13.5 acres and 5 acres here. Are they just doing the 5 acres, or are they doing? Or they want to gift all of it? I'm not too sure what their intentions are with the permit.
The letter from the real estate attorney mentioned 5 acres.
Right.
Yeah, but I look at the plan, and the parcel B where it says 5 acres looks bigger than the 13.5 acre parcel on the left side of the plan.
It does. It absolutely does.
So, I mean, there's something that just doesn't jive to me here.
Something's wrong. Right?
And like, why wouldn't the open space for public use include the open space on top of it?
See, it says here, let me zoom in. I think this is, what's that say? Parcel B, public use, part of open space. 217,000 square feet and then 5 acres, huh?
Yeah, that's what's killing us.
I think I'm back on here.
Hi, Bob.
Hi, Tracy. Okay, I'm sorry.
So you're gonna
Oh,
have
now
to
we
turn
got-
off one of your things, either your screen or your phone, because it's echoing.
Okay, let me shut that part off. Okay. Okay, is that better? No.
No, it's echoing.
Okay, what I'm going to do, okay. Can I leave the meeting and do this?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, hold on. One second. That won't even let me leave it. Okay.
All right.
Hello?
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Okay, sorry for all of the confusion to all. Okay, and I didn't mean to put Matt on the spot. He's not aware of much. Okay, about this. This is part of some approved. I don't know, about 10 years ago. Okay, and what was negotiated in the flexible agreement was a donation of 5 acres of land, okay, depicted in that lower right-hand corner of the map. I don't have the luxury of looking at the parcels and numbers and letters and so on at this point. But all we're trying to do is comply with the flexible subdivision. I thought, well, I'll tell you, I thought, and so did my attorney, okay, thought that, this is basically deeding this land over, okay, as part of the flexible subdivision. And if it's more than that, we are unaware of that.
So the
Am I
plan
still on?
is showing
Okay.
a very large parcels with common ownership lines. Do you have an updated plan that shows the actual area of 5 acres being donated?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have that plan? Because the plan that is the modified definitive subdivision is not quite looking correct.
Okay.
And
So
I would confirm with the town engineer to make sure that that's all you have to donate for open space, because it shows 13 acres also. 13
yeah,
and
it's
a-
not 13 acres.
13 and a-
Okay, I believe, sir, that that's the common area that makes up for the additional acreage to make up for the two acres, for the 2 acre zoning. Okay, and that left the 5 acres of land, and that's what was negotiated back when, okay, to be donated.
That makes sense.
It does?
It does. If they have so many lots and they're figuring 2 acres per lot, but they're only using 1 acre or a half an acre per lot. So there's a certain amount of land that's commonly owned by all the lots. And then what was left over, which was 5 acres, they give back to the town. So
That's how I understand it, okay? And if I'm misspeaking, okay, it's not intentional, but that's how I understand it.
No,
we
that
just
makes
want to know where that 5 acres is for sure.
Yeah,
we
I
can
don't know.
vote on.
I don't think the open space is in common. I think that's gonna stay in the ownership of the developer. And
Yeah,
then,
this drawing's not to scale, I don't think either.
Boy,
The issue is the scale of the drawing is what's killing me now.
Yeah, I think that in essence, we're okay with the motion in front of us as far as accepting the 5 acres pending an actual plan where those 5 acres are.
Yeah.
I think that would be a happy medium. I'm just confused. It's labeled parcel B and it's supposed to be 5 acres, but we're not sure. It's intertwined with the rest of the open space area. Is that what we're thinking it is? I don't want to be guessing.
Yeah, how about if we do this, okay? And you know, like every developer, they want to try to get these things done and off their plate. But in this case, Mr. Telemann has the deed, and he's made a couple little corrections too. Okay, that happened today. Why don't we just have, okay, the engineer mark up okay, where the parcel is on a map, okay, just like you're looking at now, in a red line, okay, and submit that, you know, to Mr. Telemann along with the deed, and by that time, I would hope Mr. Telemann could opine on that and just say, yeah, this is what it is. But if there's any more than that, okay, what I'd like to try to do is figure that out before the next meeting, so I'm not wasting your time and my own, I guess. Okay, I'd like to do this one more time if we're just going to do it, okay, again.
So what are you requesting from the board? You
Well,
wanted it
what I actually was looking, yeah, but right, but what I was looking for, okay, was, you know, okay, an acceptance of the deed, so or conditional acceptance of the deed, and he wanted to make sure there was no encumbrances on it as well, okay, which makes sense. Okay, so, you know, I mean, that's what I was looking for, to get a conditional approval subject to the deed being acceptable, okay, the lot of land being acceptable, and the title being clean.
yeah. So I gave a list of the proper procedure of what the town looks for. So the first step would be to see if the commission wants to move forward with even entertaining the idea of accepting the gift.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's
Okay, so
after this meeting, then we leave it in the hands of the lawyers, Jay Telemann, some language that has to be in the deeds, has to be a title search, a plan, a title, a 2180 assessment, and some other stuff that has to be done. And also, I would also make sure you're in conjunction with the town engineer and making sure the permit is going to be complied with this 5 acres.
Well, that's in the flexible subdivision. Would it be helpful if I sent you over the flexible subdivision that it refers to this?
No, I think we'll
okay.
leave that up to the planning board.
Yeah, we're gonna move this along. So I guess I would entertain a motion to you know, be acceptable to the idea of accepting the land, right? Whatever you said, Steve.
Right.
I'm beating
Yep.
fast. So we are, as a board, we would like to move forward with accepting this gift land for conservation.
Okay, all right. Okay, so can we get on the next agenda?
Yes. Yeah, under
Okay,
discussion. Yep. Okay, so.
Okay, and no, go right ahead. I was going to be redundant and just say what I was going to do.
Right.
I've already
Yeah,
said that.
yeah, it's okay. It's all right. Thank you. All right.
All right.
I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we accept this land as open space for the town of Douglas.
Okay, motion.
That.
We're going to
Pursue it.
move forward with the process of accepting this land. We don't we can't vote on accepting it tonight.
Yes, I'll amend my motion to say that that we, whatever you say.
We're open, yeah, we're open to the idea of accepting land as a gift. We would like to move forward to pursue it, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, all right, motion's made.
Second.
Seconded by Mike. All right, roll call vote.
Mike Greco, aye.
Art Montmany, aye.
KG Dudley, aye.
Eric? You're on mute.
Eric Harris, aye.
Mark
Okay.
Mention, aye.
Okay, all right. We'll see you on the 24th.
Thank you very much for your patience too.
You're welcome. Just get us
Bye-bye.
a good plan and statutorily meet all the requirements for the deed.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. All right.
Why I don't make motions.
You did a great job. It's just a
Yeah.
little odd, what we're trying to do. Okay. Steve, do we want to run down the certificate of compliance requests?
Sure. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
So the first one is 67 Walnut Street. Let me bring the plan up.
And I love your folders. I do really like that.
Much easier.
Yeah, I do really like that. For sure.
So this is the, I don't know if everyone's seen the folder. So this is the 67 Walnut Street. This is the, they show the as-built plan with the overlaid in red. Pretty much matches up onto the gray, which is underneath it. It's hard to see it. And there was some boulders along the right-hand side. It's all grassed in. I have some photos if you want to see those too.
Yeah, looks pretty good.
Are those blobs? They're boulders.
They are.
Yeah.
Right, hang on, I just lost my drive.
So not a lot of creep that could possibly happen. This one was pretty close. Boulders and what are those, princess pines, white pine?
Why are they called princess pine?
I don't know.
I want to know.
There's the what the site looks like at the back of the house. This is the boulders along the left where the wetlands are. Should have started in front, my folders. This is, yep, and wetlands is off to the left here, so the guys, they did a nice job keeping, you know, there was a little bit of sediment, but not much. The guy's a landscaper, so I think he's gonna do a nice job.
So board, any questions on this? We have a stamp as-built plan, probably the most important document.
Oh.
I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the certificate of compliance.
Issue the certificate of compliance.
Issue certificate.
Okay, motion's been made.
Second.
Seconded by Mike. Roll call vote, please.
Mike Greco, aye.
Art Montmany, aye.
Dudley, aye.
Eric Harris, aye.
Mark Mangum, aye.
Thank you very much. Okay.
That was number 6, right on our list?
Yeah, yep. Next one we're gonna skip, it needs an as-built. Next one, we need to sign. We already voted on.
Yeah, she keeps putting that on there. We already voted on that. Yep, number 8 should be.
And I think in the chain of Adobe signatures, I am waiting for one person. I don't remember what it is. If you guys could just check out your, maybe I have to send them again. I figured out how to send them not in order, which was good, but I'm still waiting for somebody. There's 3 things that are out for signature. Okay, and then, so that one's all set.
So the next one is 42 South Street. So give me 1 second. Starting to lose my Zoom here.
Oh,
Where are you?
Mark, I sent it to yours at mungum@mcgolfdesign.com. Do you want it to be info?
No, I think I did get it.
Okay. The 45 Oak and some other ones. Huff Road, I think.
Okay, I'll check.
All right. Do you like the info one or that one better?
They both come to the same, so it doesn't matter.
All right.
So this is a certificate of compliance. This was done in 1998. This is, if you're going down South Street, right when you go down South Street, you have that parking area for the Grand Trunk.
Yep.
Right across the street, diagonally. I got a video of it. You'll see it. They must be selling the house, and this came up on a title search. So looks like, you know, there's a fence. There's a fence back here. They kind of square this. They squared this off over the years, and then looks like there's a little bit of lawn over here. I can bring up my. I'll bring up the plan or the video. All right, so here's the video. Let's start from. So the Grand Trunk's over to the where that car is across the street. Pretty tight lot. The little brook that runs in the back here. But it's probably been like this for 20 years. Yep. Got a nice dog right there. I had my sneakers on, so hopefully I could outrun him.
You have a few treats in your pocket too.
Why do they have a ditch again? Sorry.
What's that?
Why is there a ditch?
That's a stream.
I mean, oh, it's right there. Ah.
I'm in the street right now.
Yep. No, I know exactly where you are.
I'll entertain a motion to issue the certificate for 42 South Street.
So moved.
Motion been made.
Second.
Seconded. Roll call vote, please.
Greco, aye.
Art Monmany, aye.
KG Dudley, aye.
Eric Harris, aye.
Mark Manjamai.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, next one.
Number 10 needs an as-built. He emailed me today. We're still working on it.
Okay, I see. What's this plan attached? Existing foundation and some bushes.
Yeah, well, there's no as-built though. They didn't put the proposed plan on underneath
Ah, okay.
in red.
Yeah,
Like-
just this plot plan. Okay. All right. So that'll be on for the 24th. All right. Let's see what we have.
I think Oak Street is here.
Okay. All right. Review, approve, order of conditions 45 Oak Street.
Hey everyone.
Hello.
Hey, sorry, I know it's been a long night, so don't want to take up too much of your time here. But I was wondering how you would like to run this, Tracy, to see if we had a couple comments on the proposed order of conditions that Steve has in writing. So happy to go through those however you like. Yeah, definitely doesn't need to be decided upon tonight.
Yeah, so we voted. We're just looking to get those special conditions ironed out. Steve, you sent them to us anyway, right?
I sent you the conditions. Yeah, there's some stuff in there. I did it. We have a stock one where I didn't take out the wetland delineation. If we have a wetland crossing, I left those in there. I could take them out. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, like if applicable.
Yeah. Exactly. So some of the painting and stuff, there's some little, some people like them out, some people don't. So I don't have an issue. I mean, if you want to he doesn't have a lot of them. Did you want to go through the?
Yeah, let's do a quick rundown, board, if we can pull up, and Matt, if you could tell us the page that it's on.
Well, he kind of had a synopsis. I can try to pull up his email if you want.
Yeah, that'd be great. Jeff pulled together a pretty good email on it. So thanks,
Was
Steve.
it in the email itself, Jeff, or was it just the email?
Yep, it was the one that he sent at 2:45.
Ooh, I'm frozen.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, all right. Let me bring this up. All right, is this coming? Is this up on the screen?
Yep, thank you. Okay, you've got Matt, if you want to just run through this quickly.
Yeah, sure thing. So the first two are just general date corrections, and then the first comment we had was on condition number 4, just a reference that of the owner of the property, and we thought it would be more applicable to have tenant or lessee, seeing as BWC Whitten Reservoir will just be leasing the property from the landowner as the responsible party to uphold all conditions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number 20, that was just one of the ones that Steve mentioned were sort of crossovers from a standard boilerplate language that really wouldn't really be applicable. So we're fine getting rid of those probably if the commission's comfortable with that.
Yep.
24 is the one in regards to any sort of fertilizers or anything like that, and we just want to request that would be for solar array management only. We don't need any cleaning or anything like that for solar, but we just want to make sure that there were no restrictions associated with the farming operation.
Okay. Board, are we in agreement with that? That's kind of our discussion from our hearings. Anything associated with the solar array, they're not going to be using any pesticides, herbicides. Comments, anybody? Okay. Seeing none, then we're okay with that. Continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the 46, 47, 51, and 53 are all just not applicable. 58 mentioned a bond. We weren't sure what that was in reference to.
That was in reference to the replication, so that's okay.
Okay. Yep. All right. Yep. Continue. Erosion.
Okay. Yep, erosion control, just several options listed on 1 through 3. I can pull up 1 through 3. We're scrolling up to that real quick. Yeah, all sort of items that can be ironed out. Just wanted to get a second look to make sure that that was all intentional language rather than boilerplate.
Yeah, it's pretty boilerplate. So if you have an issue, I don't mind taking them out. Yeah.
Okay.
Because the plan is pretty detailed.
Yeah, that would be great. Just so we're not, having any foot faults with any sort of double mentioning there.
Yep.
And then a lot of the other stuff was just sort of not applicable again.
Yeah, because
stormwater management.
Yeah, we don't have too many solar arrays. It was more applicable towards with the MACC template with the subdivisions.
Yeah, and I think that subdivision piece really came through in stormwater management 7 through 11, sort of water quality testing.
Right.
We haven't really done much in regards to this, just given the stormwater controls having, just by nature of them, not really necessary.
I agree.
Yeah, board, any questions or comments? I am okay with the requested revisions.
The only thing I would say is he wants to update the wording to say shall be rip-wrapped as opposed to catch basin. And I would say, like, I don't want to put in a requirement for rip-wrap as opposed to a catch. Like, I'm not sure what the intent of the language was, but I never like anything that requires rip-wrap when there are alternatives that may be better.
You could do rip-wrap or equivalent.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's also something that could be taken out because, as Steve mentioned, it's pretty detailed stormwater plans.
Right.
We're really expecting to build to the design here. So having any additional language like that, kind of doubling down.
Yep, I agree.
Yep.
So that's it?
That was it.
Well, that's not too bad.
We try not to be terrible, but thanks.
Okay, Steve will make those revisions, and we did start sending that document around to be e-signed.
No, if you want to sign them electronically, or we have so many things to sign. I don't know if we want to try to set up a thing where we can have everyone just, if they're comfortable, just coming into the town clerks or some. Maybe I can drop them off at everyone's mailbox and have everyone just sign them all, and if it's, you have so many documents for this one time, we probably have a dozen. If you want me to drive around everyone's house and drop them off in your mailbox, and then you can pick them up and tell me, and I'll pick them up. I don't mind doing that because it seems to might be a little bit easier.
I have a PO box.
Well, I can leave them on your front step. I mean, I could.
Or what if we?
I'm comfortable going to town hall.
I just don't mind meeting people and handing it to them in their driveway, and then you can call me back, and I'll just pull in. You hand it to me, because we have a lot of order of conditions, a lot of certificate of compliances, and it's not a one-off thing. So it's just, I'm just throwing that out. I don't mind doing it for convenience.
I'd rather do it that way than to do it electronically, personally.
Yeah, I don't mind wet ink, but I don't mind putting them in a central location. I think it's easier for Steve to just drop them off somewhere, and we can go at our leisure and sign off on them and get it done.
Where do you want to do?
Where can you do that?
Well, like you said, maybe at the town clerk's office or something. Go in with a mask and do what you got to do and get out.
You can put them in my barn.
I was going to say, they won't let us in the town clerk's office, and you can't even get into the library right now. You could try the gazebo on the town common, though.
This one, I mean, for this round, I don't mind just doing it. There were so many that I'd like to get them off the plate. I'll start with Tracy, and I'll work my way down. And
Okay.
Good.
I mean, my mailbox is not far from the gazebo, so
I'm driving around. I'm driving around doing inspections anyway, so I can set.
Or we could do like telephone, and you could drop it off, and then I could bring it to the next person's house.
There you go.
Oh my goodness, this sounds fun.
Because Art and I live really close together, and then Mark would be the next closest.
I'll let you guys figure that out. You let me know, and
So I would say drop them off at Art's house.
so we have one more. We have
You don't want to?
34 Conservation Drive is still on the phone.
Okay, Bill.
Thank you, everyone.
Bill, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, you saved the best for last. My turn.
Just give me one moment, okay?
Take your time.
All right, so 7 p.m. RDA public meeting continued, 34 Conservation Drive, William Hackett. So name and address, please, Bill.
William Hackett, 34 Conservation Drive, Douglas, Mass.
Okay, you're here to give us an update on your plan and plans?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, that is. I hired a engineer in town there to draw up a design, and she's supposed to be taking care of it relatively soon.
Okay, and have you paid your fine to the town hall?
No, I have not received it in the mail yet.
Right.
Okay, what we usually just
They
drop
use,
off a check.
well, most people will just come in and pay it. So I have to get a ticket book and officially send them one. So I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll do
You
that.
can just put it back in an envelope and drop it at the town hall if you want.
Yeah, I could probably do that tomorrow. Yeah. Where is there a place to drop it off there? Where do I drop it off?
Black box, like going up the ramp, kind of.
All right.
Right before the ramp.
Yeah, and then you'll just send me a receipt with what it was for.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fine.
we can do that.
All right.
Board, do you have any questions for the applicant?
No, I think it's great that he's got Margaret on the case
Yeah.
and we're moving along. I think we were kind of in limbo for a while.
Yes, I agree. Thank you, Bill, for getting her on it, and we appreciate you working with us.
Yeah, no problem.
I don't have my agenda on me for some reason, but I think maybe we push them off to the meeting in September.
Okay, that's fine.
I think it might be September 14th.
September 14th.
Okay.
All right. So we have a couple of things on the top of items, discussion number 1 and 2.
Do we have to make a motion to continue the public hearing to 9/14?
You're right, Art.
It's a public meeting, right?
Oh,
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Public meeting, right,
Yep. To 9:14 at 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Okay, motion's been made.
Second.
Second by Mike. Roll call vote, please.
Mike Greco, aye.
Art Montmany, aye.
Katie Dudley, aye.
Eric Harris, aye.
Mark Mungimai.
Okay, thank you very much, Bill. Have a good
All right.
night.
Thank you.
for waiting.
You as well. All right. bye.
Okay, see ya. All right.
Hey, on that discussion list, didn't we okay the directional boring on the Sleepy Hollow project already?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
now it's dry.
So, but an update on that. I have an update.
Yes, what is your update?
He emailed me today stating that the stream is dry now, and he's
Yeah.
going back to the original conditions on the plan.
Oh,
Okay,
Oh.
go with the original plan of the order that is.
So I'll probably meet him out there tomorrow.
Okay,
It'll probably take him a day.
okay. Yeah, definitely. Okay, all right, you can stay on top of him with that.
And then I didn't get the chance to. I was supposed to look up these on the extensions. We'll bring that up next meeting.
Okay, and we're gonna hold the meeting minutes till next meeting too.
Yeah. Did you get the meeting minute folder?
yeah, I did.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'll dump all the agendas in one folder and I'll give you a link to all the meeting minutes from this point forward.
It's super appreciated. It's much easier.
And you know what? Ms. Wright did a great job, I think. I think we could put some of these to bed.
Okay, if you're comfortable, I'll entertain some
Well,
more.
I don't know if everybody else reviewed them, and you know, I can only speak for myself, but I thought she did a great job. So
I have not reviewed anything since April.
okay.
That being said, Art's really comfortable with some of these. I should really look at these from some of our other meetings. I actually would really like to read up on some of these, particularly concerning Davis Street during July.
I can understand that one.
I just want to see how I got represented.
So 427 we had already reviewed.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was
My question. Yeah.
there was one question on that one, but it was corrected. Let me see if I got it.
But we never voted on it after it was corrected.
Right.
Right. Yeah, that Mike's right. But it was this is the one where there was a minor issue with the time, but then there was a lot of space where we couldn't make out the audio. And I think everybody kind of reviewed it, but I think we kind of got to the point where it's cleaned up as best as we can. And I think with the technology requirements of today's world, this is going to happen from time to time, you know? So I'm good with 427 now. I don't know how the rest of the folks feel.
I'll entertain a motion.
Okay, well, I make a motion that we approve the most recent draft of the 427 minutes as amended.
Motion been made. Second by Katie Grace. Roll call vote, please.
Mike Greco, aye.
Art Montminy, aye.
KG Dudley, aye.
Eric Harris, aye.
Mark Mungem, aye.
Okay, thank you very much. And 6-1, we had 3 drafts on that.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think that one was corrected as well.
Yeah, we took a recess and came back.
We took a recess and came back, that's right. And that was the one I was looking, I specifically had an issue with the stump situation on the solar project going on a Wallum Lake Road.
Yes.
And that was added, and so I'm good with it.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion.
I move that we accept the revised draft of the June 1st minutes as amended.
Okay, motion's been made.
Second.
Second by Mike. Roll call vote, please.
Mike Greco, aye.
Art Montminy, aye.
Mark
I'm
Mungem, aye.
not,
Eric Harris, aye.
I don't.
You're abstaining?
I can abstain. I could vote no. I don't think it's we're talking about June 1, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm reading the section on 93 Davis Street. And we were asked if we had done a site walk, and 2 of us. Oh, that was before we did the site. Nope, I'm good with it. Okay, aye.
Yeah,
We're
That was a long time ago.
Yeah,
it was before we had. It was before we went on the site walk. Okay, thank you.
All right. And Mark, did you say anything?
I said aye.
Okay. All right. Motion passes. Okay. Steve, anything else?
Oh. You going through the minutes or that's it?
I think that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
I'm really very.
I'm good.
What did you say?
Thank God 93 Davis Street wasn't so bad today.
No, I'm not talking about it.
Hey, Steve,
Yes.
can you tell Maria to take 427 and 6-1 off her list? So these things,
I'm gonna be
he never
doing,
takes them off of there. So we go every time, you know, we got to figure out, did we do that one? Did we not?
I'll be scrutinizing the agenda a little bit more.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Good job, guys.
Motion is then made. Second. Hold
Second.
on, please.
Third.
Okay, and roll call vote, please.
Mike Greco, aye.
Art Monmany, aye.
KG Dudley, aye.
Eric Harris, aye.
Mark Mangumai.
Okay, thank you very much, you guys.